Esselamu Aleyküm ve Rahmetullah. Euzubillahimineşşeytanirracim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Rabbi şrah li sadri ve yessir li emri ve hlul ukdeten min lisani yefkahu kavli. Ve cealli veziran min ehli Harun ahi işdud bihi ezri ve yeşriku fi emri key nusebbihake kethira ve nezkurake kethira inneke kunte bina basira. Allahümme allimna ma yenfa'una ve enfa'na bima allamtana ve zidna ilma ve erinel hakka hakkan ve erzukuna ittiba'ah ve erinel batila batilan ve erzukuna ijtinabah ve sallillahumma ala Muhammedin ve ala alihi ve ashabihi ve etba'ihi ve sellem velhamdülillahi rabbil alemin. Amin. Let me check this one. Okay. No, go back. Now we have been trying to introduce the subject, new subject, and this is about on the road to God. It means everybody's problem, including maybe the first, my problem, how can I connect to God? So that is, although we believe in God, yeah, but I believe in God, there is a creator, but there is no connection between me. So I shouldn't take it simply that, by praying, performing prayers and fasting. We talked about it a lot, saying that, yes, these are the means. But first of all, even while I am doing the religious duties, whatever the religious instructions require, still I have to manage and know how to connect with my God. Of course, it needs, we said, it needs a lot, somehow, preparations. It is not easy that, like swallowing a pill and that's it, I'm in contact with God, or like turning the computer on. It needs training. It's understandable. Everything needs training. We are here to learn, to improve ourselves by learning, so we have to do. We said we are going to do only a Quranic approach, Quranic method. That is, I'm going fast. And we said, of course, Qur'an's fundamental teaching of the Qur'an is based on La ilaha illallah. It means, in English they translate it, although it needs explanation, correct translation, but explanation, it needs explanation to me, to my understanding. There is no God but God. What does it mean? There is no God but God. Seemingly very superficial reading will say contradiction. You are saying there is no God, but saying there is God. Seemingly. Of course, the structure of the Arabic language doesn't equate that La Allah illallah. So they said La ilaha illallah. So from there we understand that a kind of divinity, a kind of quality that can be attributed to a piece of the universe can be a God, the divine quality. You can't. But there is no way to associate any power to create, to know, to arrange, and have an absolute capacity in order to be able to create the things all together, because they are so integrated with each other. You cannot really separate one being from another, so they are all a whole. So I can see any part of the universe will be able to do that. That is what means La ilaha. No, I will say, no God or nothing in the universe which has the quality to be a God, to be a creator, simply. Creator of the universe, as the Qur'an describes God as Allahu Rabbul Alamin. It means Allah, I don't know what it is. We are talking about John. But who is John? Rabbul Alamin. The one who creates, takes care of, sustains the universe and everything perfectly arranged by him. So that is La ilaha. We say it is very important. La ilaha is extremely important. Even I say, don't misunderstand me, more important than illallah. Without La ilaha, you cannot make illallah sense of it. So that is why we said, why does the Quran introduce belief in God with negation? First said, no. First of all, you have to say no. To what? Any part of this universe can be a creator of it. Any part of this computer cannot be the creator of the computer because it's a part of it. It's simple, but it needs to be well established in our understanding. So we talked about it and still continue. So we said, if it is so, we have to get to know one fundamental teaching of the Quran, which is summarized in the word malakut. Now, the malakut aspect of the universe must be understood in order to be convinced La ilaha illallah. So what is this malakut? So we studied up to here previously. So malakut is something to do with the root triliteral word meaning is something to do with mulk. It is malaka. It means mulk. It's a property. Malik, the one who owns the property. Malik, who administers, owns, and more than this. For example, you may own the house, but you cannot really administer it. You need somebody to sustain it, to repair it, to maintain it, but you are not. But king, symbolically speaking, king is the owner of the country and has every right to do anything in the country, whatever his domain is. So Malik is different from Malik. So Malik is different. And what else? There are many words driven from the same root. For example, we are Mamluk. Somebody owns us. We cannot own ourselves. Something must own us, because my existence is totally depends on somebody who gave existence to me. Well, I cannot really say I did myself or a part of me made myself. It is as irrational as saying that a part of the machine made the machine, whole machine working perfectly, including the program. Does it make sense? Program is made by the matter. So, malakut is the word used in a different way, if you like, in the Quran, which we may not be familiar with. So, welcome. We missed you last week. I noticed. No, I noticed. Okay. All right. So let's go step by step. Verse, we are going to, of course, we said we are going to have Qur'anic approach, Qur'anic method to follow. So our evidence must be taken from the Qur'anic teaching, so verses of the Qur'an. So go there. Okay. Qur'an uses this language. Bismillah, subhanalladhi biyadihi malakutu kulli shay'in wa ilayhi turja'un. Those people who come from Muslim background, now, for example, then they know that this is the last verse of the chapter Yasin, very frequently read by Muslims. Especially when somebody dies, they love to read it. So rather than really knowing the meaning of death. So that is very traditional. So let the people enjoy their belief and sincere connection to belief. We don't blame them because they are not taught, they are not trained, unfortunately. So let me read the translation whole verse first. Limitless then his glory is he in whose hand rests the mighty dominion. It is translated with this mighty dominion. We'll say, well, we are not here to criticize the translation, because whatever the language you find out in English will not really represent melekut, because in the English culture there is no melekut concept, as the Qur'an means. So if there is no concept, there would be no word. Yep, because I say this is a chair because there's a concept that I know this is called chair. You understand? I understand. We commonly use it, but there is nothing exists in the word, and I am expected to use for it a word to use for it to represent. I don't know what it is. How can I say anything? So we say unknown for this, right? So mighty dominion, that's what I had to put in bracket, original word, melekut, over all things. And unto him you all will be brought back. وَإِلَيْهِ تُرْجَعُونَ, plural. But of course we will talk about all. What does all mean? Why me? Why plural? Why not doesn't say you? But only human beings or not, we will talk about it. First, this word is, again, impossible to express in another language, subhan. Now, you cannot find any equivalent. Exhausted, exalted, perfect, lacking nothing, needed explanation, subhan. And again, the word subhan can only be understood by negating. Negation. Negating what? Nothing can be lacking in the quality of the one. I glorify him. Nothing, for example, so I have, all my qualities are shortcomings, qualities have shortcomings. I cannot be perfect, but what he is talking, the verse is talking about is without putting the name, anything, identifying it, saying the one must be infinite in its perfection. Every quality, whatever. This one, subhan. That is subhan. So if anything is lacking something, a little bit even, cannot be subhan. We have to keep the original word here. Cannot be subhan. So limitless then his glory, it means subhan, is he, Ewan. So why Ewan? Why didn't he put the name, for example, to Abdul Karim? Why? Because this is, for example, if I say Abdul Karim, I mean this very nice gentleman helping us here. So welcome. Thank you. We really appreciate your work. So everything is perfectly working so far. So we are really appreciating it. Thank you. So if I say, another thing is, this he in Arabic, huwa, or biyadihi, he, here, can be, as far as description of God is concerned, can be, in English, he can be it. In Arabic, again, if you say somebody, huwa, but usually used for conscious beings. Otherwise, Again, you use huwa, but in English you say it. In the context, you understand that the sentence is talking about a non-conscious being, which is it. But in Arabic, you can use it. So it means by using this word, we will study even further, may not today, but the next week or so, then God describes himself as huwa. I would say he/it, both, right? But not she. It is obvious in the grammar. But it doesn't mean that male or female, not. It is something, must be. But we don't know. The essence of which we have no idea. Essence of God. No, in the language of the Quran, that, Arabic, that ilahi, they say, whatever. So, one I am talking about, it must be subhan, with no shortcoming. What does it mean? Can I say like a mountain? No, it has a shortcoming. It is a beginning and end. Like a star? Yes, it is a beginning. It has a beginning and end, and it is subjugated to the order of the universe in a way. It doesn't have freedom. Cannot be. That is why we have to describe in a negation. No, nothing of this universe. But perfect, because nothing is perfect in this universe. Everything has a beginning and end. Everything is subject to the order. It means the will of the establisher of the universe, and cannot go beyond it. So I cannot, as we say, I cannot get out of my skin. So I cannot be something which I am already now. So that is, I am not subhan. I am not subhan. So who is subhan? The Quran says, who is this subhan there? I will explain to you. Quran says, in whose hand the rest of the mighty dominion. Forget about mighty dominion. Melekut. Now we are going to learn a technical word here as far as the Quranic language is concerned. In whose hand rests the melekut over everything. Melekutu kulli shay. It said over all things? No. Because when you use mighty dominion in English, you have to say over all things. But really, when you say melekut, you cannot say over all things. Because melekutu kulli shay, Arabic grammar necessitates that you have to say a melekut of everything is in his hand. What's this melekut? Yeah, but Quran says there, you have to learn what melekut is by studying me deeply and seriously. So, and unto him, a little bit more further explanation, and to him, everything will be brought back or will be returned. Not necessarily will be returned. Well, you are a native Arabic speaker, so you have to say if I made a mistake. Turja'un means already they are returning. Yep, they are returning. It is a present continuous tense. So you can translate it, understand present perfect as well, but it has a meaning if already continuously turning back. Now, that is why this form of the word in Arabic means now it has been and it will be as well, together, all times. So are we really seeing something or somebody that we are turning back? Are we? That I cannot tarif. Where is your yesterday?
It's gone.
Where? Wherever it came from, went back, returned.
Interesting.
In the morning. Where is your morning?
I guess the same thing as yesterday.
A minute ago.
Mm.
You see, continuous returning. From where we came, we are returning back. Now, it is this one that holds the molecule of everything. What a mysterious word. Molecule. What is this molecule? Oh, we'll see. We will see what is this molecule. So, you all means not only people, but look, all the creatures. They are gone. Gone, gone, gone. But their existence continues. Surprising, isn't it? We still exist, but my youth is gone. Sure. I don't know about yours. You look young. So my youth is gone. Yours is going. There was a baby last week, so baby will go. Alaykum salam. Baby's future youthness will come and go. Nothing is stable. Everything is continuously being changed. There is no static being in the world. Everything is dynamic. At which level? Every level. Subatomic level, dynamic. Even more obvious that they are dynamic. Macro level, dynamic. Everybody knows that what is going on in the galaxies and galaxy clusters continuously changing, moving faster, getting larger, but still changing. It means, any change means a universe existed yesterday is taken back in order to replace a new universe, similar but not exactly the same. Or something like magical. It's the Qur'an, we say miraculous. Not simple language, just magical. Because who's operating on this? Who's doing more? Who? No, this verse says, there is someone who is doing it. He holds the molecule of everything, and everything is brought into and renewed with another one, slightly different. Think about last winter, and then spring, and then summer, and bye-bye to summer. It's here, it's gone, welcome. It is gone. And fall is approaching. We are getting into. So get ready for the fall. Everything is taken away and replaced. No vacuum. In the universe, there is no vacuum. So some people say there is vacuum between, for example, sun and the moon. No, there cannot be any vacuum existence. But we may not be able to identify which kind of things they are, but definitely in existence there is no vacuum. Definitely. Why? Because there is nothing in the universe, within the universe, which is not created. If it is something created, there must exist. It means it's enormous, unimaginable things are going on in this world. What is the molecule of it? What's going on? Molecule. We'll see. Let's go. Do you have any concern, any questions, anything? Any comment? Shall we move to another verse? So it will give another aspect of molecule. Let me see, we are on the right track. Yes. Now, everybody, Muslim, Christian, Jew, are aware of the story of somebody called Abraham. Some people say Ibrahim. So Muslims say Ibrahim. So, doesn't matter, really. Bismillah. وَكَذَلِكَ نُرِي إِبْرَاهِيمَ مَلَكُوتَ السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضِ وَلِيَكُونَ مِنَ الْمُوقِنِينَ. Oh, another surprise verse here. Why? Let me read the translation. You will see a lot of questions here. Needs to be answered. In this way, we showed Abraham the Malakut. I'm not going to read Malakut. Over the heavens? No. Malakut of the heavens and the earth. Now, English language requires if you say dominion over. Otherwise, Arabic doesn't need it and it will be wrong. It say over. No, I can say even in it. So we showed Abraham the Malakut of the heavens and the earth so that he might become one of those who are inwardly sure. What is inwardly sure? Muqinun, yaqeen. Who are certain about what they understand from the creation, from the world, from their own existence. Certain. I'm sure. That is what I am. But I don't claim that I'm really one of those muqinin, that's inwardly sure that is translated here, because exactly what I cannot really comprehend what is going on here, but I have to work on it a lot, concentrate on it a lot. So we have to come back now in order to, Abraham wanted to be one of the muqinun in the language of the Quran. It means one of those who are certain about the reality of this existence. Of course, I want to be, but as much as I am. Yeah, trying. So everybody tries. So what's going on here? What is going on in my life, especially when everything goes smoothly, as we expect? We say, fine, I'm fine, everything's perfect. If there is one problem. 1 million good things are going on around us, one problem. We start questioning what is happening, who is playing with me, why all these problems are finding me. Lots of questioning and criticism. I asked one of my friends, do you believe that this building has an engineer or architect? Well, definitely, yeah, must be. Okay, so for how long have you been living here? And he says, 5, for example, he or she says 5 years. Okay, did you ever remember that, look, I am living in a building which has an engineer? No, but it's just taken for granted. Like this building is in reality, is an analogy to universe. We have been living in the universe. How much we think about it, how often we think. But if something goes wrong, this person said, I remember him when something doesn't work properly. Which kind of architect you were? You didn't design it perfectly. You didn't make it perfectly. The criticism brings, the typical example. Certain people say, where God was when Holocaust happened, okay? Where God was, is, and will be when everything perfectly working are happening. This question is never asked. Yeah, so we say, why God punishes me? Why? Because I have something in my eye. Have you ever said, why God rewards me? Because for many, many years, everything is perfect in my existence. It doesn't come to us. We are happy and let it go. But when problem occurs, people complain about God. Which kind of God? He is not merciful. Why? There was an earthquake, thousands of people died, and especially people are emotional sensitive about the babies. Babies are dying. something as if an old man is not dying is not a problem. So there is a war going on in the world, when the weapon manufacturers, their stores are, when the storage is full, they want to sell it, the old ones. So how can I sell it? What shall I do? No. Iraqis are like this. But they are attacking you. So lots of excuse, war starts. And everybody is talking about innocent people, non-combatant people are dying. How much soldiers? Are they not human beings? Well, they are soldiers, but how many American people join the army because they love to kill Iraqis or Afghanis? No, because America says, okay, if you join the army, because they need some people there to be employed, not everybody is willing to do that. Encouragements, lots of encouragements. So when you come back after 1 year, you will get a free university education. Oh, I love it. And this innocent man went there and joins the army, and he is killed. Isn't that innocent? He's a soldier. Isn't that innocent? Come on. Use your morality. You're not a human being. So anything is harmed is really being damaged. They don't really think about this aspect of the word. Anyways, that come to our point. Abraham wanted to be one of the muqinin, the yaqeen, the people who really reached certainty about what? What they are in this world, what their nature is in this world. To be sure who I am, what I am doing in this world. Who brought me here? And then he keeps threatening me that I'm going to take you. Why? Every day I'm aging. I cannot stop it. Who is playing on me? I have to understand what is going on in the universe. Why is it so perfect, but at the same time transient? Contradiction, isn't it? Perfect but transient. Why the universe is perfect? Who is doing this? I want to make sure that is certainty, yaqeen, in the language of the Quran. So Abraham wanted to be one of them. It means the Quran is saying, every one of you must seek a way to become one of these people who have attained to certainty about the reality of their life, about the reality of their existence here, about. So, he says, the Quran, the God is speaking in the Quran by definition. The creator, the Quran, the creator of the language or the wording or speech of the creator of this universe says, we showed him. It means taught him the way how to reach certainty. How much? How? Which way? By showing him the malakut of the samawat and ard. In the previous verse, this part wasn't clear. Malakut finish. But now it's explained. The heavens, how is it called? Heavens and the earth, the sky and the earth, the whole universe. It means in the language of the Quran, samawat wa ard represents the whole universe. So the one who owns the universe showed Abraham the malakut of the universe, everything, so that he will become or reach certainty in the reality, in understanding, comprehending of the reality of this world, right? Don't think that we are speaking about philosophy. We are making philosophy. No, it is the Quran's explanation, and it is our reality. If you don't know who you are and what you are doing in this world, what is the purpose? Living, go and commit suicide. It's pointless. You are going to die anyways. But everybody makes up something, say that this is my purpose of life, and runs after it. But we have to ask, I'll come to you. And we have to say, did you really look into the malakut side of the creation? Big questioner. What is the malakut side of the creation? What are you talking about? Yes.
So, the concept of malakut seems to be this, just if I could try to summarize it in my words.
Are you going to give the answer?
No, I'll give you
Or
an answer. I'm trying to,
we'll summarize what we have talked.
I'm trying to sort of maybe summarize my understanding to see if I got it.
But it is very early, isn't it? I have some more verses. Okay. And afterwards you can present us.
Okay.
But you can present, but...
I'm not presenting anything. It's just up to this point what I've been able to
okay,
grasp.
okay,
So
okay, go ahead.
The malakut right now, we're sort of getting a sense of there is this dynamic order that is consistent. It's always consistently dynamic. Mm-hmm. And we're all participating in it. Mm-hmm. And we never have to worry about there being an inconsistency. But sometimes when there's drama, we bring the drama onto ourselves. Yes, there are things that happen like earthquakes, but then there are also things that people do that cause a lot of grief and mayhem in this system that Allah has created.
So let's go further then. No comment from my side. Let's see what we'll see. We will see, because we are going to work on it quite a week, quite a number of weeks. Okay. So did we understand that, first of all, we have to seek to reach or to become a person of certainty, sure about my existence. Don't really run away from it saying that, oh, God created me. It is a very cheap and simple way of treating the subject. So God created me. How did you get this concept of God? That's what we are going to talk about, negation. We have a very fundamental series here that, if you like, a very substantial understanding of the reality of the world. So I don't think any philosophers could ever attempt to do this, because the most recent genius scientist plus philosopher, because the philosophers are scientists, are claiming to be the philosophers of this age. Now, philosophers, if there is no serious philosopher, the scientists took over their job, so their profession. So he found out that the universe came out of one atom. That is what their understanding of malakut. It means another atom. But atom is a part of the universe. By the way, by definition, it cannot be the malakut. It is just part of it. So another atom, but full of energy, so what? The other atoms are also full of meaning and energy. Yeah, atomic bomb is this much what kills 1 million people, more than 1 million people. So it is nothing really. Philosophically, it has no significance at all. A simple theory. To me, people admire it, of course, because media propagates it. So otherwise, if no idea is promoted by media, cannot interfere into the minds of the people. General public, of course, there are exceptions. So genius people question it. How can I believe in it? So, as I keep saying, that fashion doesn't necessitate reasoning. Look at them. Look at it. We do, and some people do, follow fashion without realizing or not. If you ask them, why do you do it? Everybody does this way. Why? Everybody does this way. But, by the way, everybody says the same thing. Everybody must. Is there any reason? No. So that is another side note. We have to be very careful. We shouldn't be really carried away. I'll come to you. We shouldn't be carried away by everybody is doing. It means we should be careful not to be a sheep in a herd. I have to have my own idea. Yes.
It's a comment. The first thing that comes to my mind when I read وَلْيَكُونَ مِنَ الْمُوقِنِينَ is certain about God, about the existence of Allah.
Sorry?
The first thing that comes to my mind when I read وَلْيَكُونَ مِنَ الْمُوقِنِينَ is muqin, certain about God, the existence of God. But I love the way you are interpreting it as certain of what's your role in this.
What do you mean, God?
Yeah, exactly.
We are on the road to reach God.
Yeah.
So don't speak in this class. I will tell you something. We study in this class methodology. We never use any pre-accepted concept.
Agreed.
But if you say, I feel that what the religion says God, you're right. But to make sure, we have to find out how we reached that end. That is the purpose of this class. So it has been, this year I'm surprised that this is the 15th year of our series of discussions in this institution, not in this building, but the building is newer. It's something like 10 years or something. But before even in another place, as in ICNYU, we have been doing this. So we are on the road. We said very beginning, it says up, on the road to God. But on the road to God. Because we have to understand that Quran also introduces, and also in our practical life, we know that as soon as you register with, let's say, kindergarten or preschool, you are on the road. Don't worry, you are on the road. You graduate on the road. You become a professor on the road. Are you still making research, studying? Our friend says she's a professor, so that's why I am asking her. On the road, have you ever reached any final conclusion about something? About anything, final conclusion, any branch of science says, I'm done. The department is closed because we got lost. They keep fragments. It means sub branches. So that is, we are on the road. That is why I say, okay, we are going to investigate it. We shouldn't be hurried, because belief in God essentially saves your life, worth everything. Even a grain of belief saves you. But to me, it is so precious. You know, the rare, something is rare, or how do you say in English, more rare or rarer? Or let's make it clear in my English, more rare, more precious. So this is very precious. We will try to get it. Afterwards, if we reach certainty by investigating malakut, understanding what malakut is, done. Don't worry about anything. But there is no end in understanding malakut as well. We have to admit, but at least we have to appreciate this. This way is the way. So I have to be on the road, inshallah. All right. Okay. Another, Quran is introducing the same concept with a little bit larger explanations. But we will use the previous concept, previous verses in order to understand this verse better. So, very simple. Bismillah. قل من بيده ملكوت كل شيء وهو يجير ولا يجار عليه إن كنتم تعلمون. So, say, in whose hand rests the malakut of the things, everything, kulli shay. It means, from previous verse we learned that everything means whole universe. But samawat and earth, it means the heavens and the earth. So everything, and this one, who is that protects, yujiri, protects the, technical word is protection. Ejara yujiru comes from this third, but to protect somebody or give protection to somebody else. Though it's, Arabic has this detail of the meaning. So, who is it that protects? The question that protects. It means under my dominion, under my control. Yeah. So I am taking care of it. Protects. The while there is no protection against him. No one can stop it. So the malakut is a little bit further steps explained here. The malakut is controlled, still malakut is not clear. Whatever the malakut is controlled under somebody or something, man. Man means anyone but conscious being. Under a conscious being, he's not saying ma, that is why we say a conscious being. Malakut is in his hand, and I will tell you who he is. It is the one who takes care of details of everything when under his control by, of course, if someone cannot create something, he cannot take the full control over it. The simple human example, we shouldn't forget this human example, the machine, the program of the machine and the way it is made is arranged under the protection of its engineer. Of course, thousands of them, but make it simple. One engineer, let's say, make it. So he designed this. He put it this. He decided to do. Everything is under his care. So machine is now presented to us in a working way, perfectly working way within its capacity. The universe is also working perfectly, and everything this universe has is taken care of under the control of this one. Malakut belongs to that one. Now it is getting, who's taking care of this universe? Then Malakut, we will understand Malakut. And the while there is no protection against them, none of the parts of this machine can have any freedom to operate as it wants. Only follows and obeys, has to obey everything as the engineer designed and meant it to be. Right? وَلَا يُجَارُ عَلَيْهِ. It is a kind of, I will give you a clue here. In the section Ikhlas, قُلْ هُوَ اللَّهُ أَحَدٌ, everybody knows, I think. Allahu Samad, Lam Yalid. This Samad has this meaning, summarizes in it. But it is not ourselves. We will study further on, later. But Samad means everything is taken care of by him. He doesn't need anything. He is absolutely free, and he is absolutely free of any need. And he doesn't need any protector, anything to take care of it. But this kind of explanation is really reminding us or taking us to think that this one cannot be in this universe. Yeah? Foundations of La ilaha is slowly, step by step, is established. Cannot be in this world because everything needs something else to give existence to it and to be taken care of. For example, you or me or you. I am created with the need of many things. Can I create anything that I need to satisfy myself? No, I found it created, ready. Water is created, food is created, air is created, sunlight is created, prepared. We are all taken care of. We need something to be taken care of in order to be taken care of. But can we protect anything? There is no protection against him. No, I need everything. So I cannot be that as a human being, perfect, conscious, reasoning, free will. I can choose. So as a perfect being, as far as I know myself, or you know yourself, we cannot be one of this this one. So who is that? If you want to understand who is it, then you have to see that malakut of the universe so that you can say, this malakut is under his control. Still, not the end. We will go. So, in kuntum ta'lamun, if you happen to know, I will say, no, if you reason your ability to learn, so use your ability to learn, ta'aleem, education, educate yourself, so that if you know it, you will understand that there must be someone, there must be something who is holding the malakut of the universe, and this one needs nothing, nobody at all, but everything is totally dependent on him. In every aspect, existence, life, shape, qualities, whatever we have, the power to see, hear, think, intelligence, whatever you think, everything, every single cell, every single particle of the cell is in need of it. Otherwise, it cannot have this function in its place. So let me, one more verse, which is the last one, I believe. No. Yeah, we omitted this one. So there's a challenge here in the Quran. أَوَلَمْ يَنْظُرُوا فِي مَلَكُوتِ السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضِ وَمَا خَلَقَ اللَّهُ مِنْ شَيْءٍ وَأَنْ عَسَىٰ أَنْ يَكُونَ قَدْ اقْتَرَبَ أَجَلُهُمْ فَبِأَيِّ حَدِيثٍ بَعْدَهُ يُؤْمِنُونَ. Now, have they not contemplated malakut of the heavens and the earth and all the things that God created? Now a concept is introduced. This concept, we understand God, Allah, in original language. This concept of God is used in the Quran, but we have to define it. So God has created the malakut of the things and all the things, everything that God has created, and that the end of their time might be near. What does it mean? Here we will talk about it. I underlined it. So what message after this Quran, or after the news of malakut of the universe, would they believe in? It means malakut of the universe must have something to do referring to the concept of God in the Quran. So this God described in the universe as Rabbul Alamin. So in the Quran, I would say. In the Quran, as Rabbul Alamin. So Rabbul Alamin Rabbul Alameen, is the one. He holds the malakut of the universe and everything else, whatever you think of as existing, and the end of their time, everything, their time may be near. It is a reminder, look, can you keep your existence? Can you keep your life? Control your life? Huh? Can you? Oh, this man says, I am poor, I can't. So, can anyone? Abdul Karim, are you with us? Or something else? So, okay. Can you keep your life for one day? Can you keep your life for one day? Guaranteed. Okay, 1 hour? 1 minute? You cannot sustain yourself, yeah? No, I can't. I died. So we are same. So we are not better than each other. But your human quality is better than mine. I can say that. I can confess this. Yeah. So we understand that time is approaching. قَدْ اقْتَرَبَ أَجَلُهُمْ. The ajal means the appointed time, it's called. Or, of course, the time of death in the simple language. So we know that we can understand death in two aspects. One is when really my body stops functioning, or my body is created when it stops functioning, or in the form of stop functioning. Now, my body, my being is created in a form of living. Not stop functioning, start functioning. Now, that is my beginning. And also my end. I don't know when. Now, and it can happen anytime. Why? Not because I'm going to die soon, tomorrow. No, it is always happening anyways. Now, as we discussed earlier on, it is passing. We cannot stop it. That is why we agreed, Abdul Karim and me, agreed that we cannot stop and guarantee our existence for a minute. But we know that it is really fleeting away, slipping away from my control. Every time I cannot stop it. But this is a sign that my whole being also will come to an end. So, that is, so far we understood somehow that this malakut is something to do with one side of the universe. Yep. And also, if I want to make sure who I am, what I am doing in this world, I have to know what malakut is. And plus, so in order to understand the malakut, I have to know that I cannot keep my life under my control, my existence under my control. And the malakut at the end, the last verse we learned this, is in the hand of Allah, in the language, original language, God. And this God says, reminds me that you cannot keep and guarantee your existence, your being. Everything is under my control. And I am not in need of anything in order to execute my will in the universe. So somehow, again, still malakut is a mystery. But we understand something is going on here. Now, you will see that studying the verses is enough. There are these 4 verses that mentions about malakut in the whole Qur'an. So we covered all of them. So in order to understand what really malakut is, we will do some practical examples. Here we are. Pomegranate. Juicy. Okay, but if you want to eat this pomegranate, it is very juicy. So you have to realize something. What you need. What you need in order to have this. We say, come on, although pomegranates are expensive in this season now, something like £4 or $5 or something. Yeah, they are very expensive. No, they're not always this expensive. So we will talk about it. How can I have a pomegranate? Can I buy a pomegranate with money? That is next week. By getting it. So that we will get closer to the malakut, the concept of malakut, where the malakut is really hidden. It's not hidden. If it is discovered, it's obvious. I am living in the malakut, but I didn't realize that I am living in the malakut. Malak, malaika, Qur'anic words are coming from the same root. Something to do with it. Mystery. Okay. I think I shouldn't exploit your patience anymore. It is already 7 past our deadline. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Any question, bursting to ask this and make a comment? Anyone? Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Subhanaka la ilma lana illa ma 'allamtana innaka antal alimul hakim. Wa akhiru da'wahum anil hamdu lillahi rabbil alamin bi hurmati sirri surati al-Fatiha.